Good morning, everyone. I hope you had a good night. So, following on from yesterday's discussions and from the setup that Mike and Fek-Yong gave us just now, we're going to spend the next 2 hours or so talking more or unpacking this concept of equity. And we heard several times yesterday that the equity and the playing field are really important. Now, we know that when we share data internationally, when we share samples internationally, the playing field simply is not level. And Akin gave us some really pointed kind of insight into the problems that raises for researchers that are based in lower and middle income countries. Several initiatives over the past few years have sought to redress this, the playing field somewhat, by introducing very sort of pointed interventions that seek to promote the ability of researchers in lower and middle income countries to control, analyze, use, and publish on their data and their samples. When we talk about those, they're called, we term them together as equitable sharing. So equitable data sharing is kind of the term that we have coined to come to kind of a greater insight or understanding of what it means to promote equity when we do international collaboration in these realms that require sharing. Now, equitable sharing can be defined as sharing of scientific resources in a way that actively seeks to promote the abilities of less powerful actors to use, analyze, and publish the results of research. But there are many questions about how that can best be done, about how effective it is when we try to do that, and the perverse effects that trying to promote equity might have on the ability to do good science. So in this next session, we're hopefully going to give you enough food for thought to understand some of the dynamics that come into play, or some of the considerations that we should have when we think about equitable sharing and the interventions that we place on research to promote equity in sharing.